Now we're going to start with our lesson. I'm just giving you another minute so all of you can enter. And we're going to start from where we stopped last time, which is lesson 18.2 part 2, finding the perimeter. Anyone who's entering right now, please mute yourself and close the video if it's open. Close the camera. Till now we have 38. Yes, يا حسن, what do you want?
مس في داعي أعمل رينيم ولا منيح حسن عمر جبر؟
No, rename yourself.
طب مس كيف؟
From your name and the participant, manage participant, right? You do have, put it on your name, you're going to have the word more.
من كلمة participants؟
من عند manage participant, اكبس عليها. وحط الماوس عند اسمك. راح تلاقي في كلمة more، في mute وفي more. من عندها اعمل rename. Just 1 minute and I didn't let you to do that. Now you can do this. All of you rename yourself. I already allow you to rename yourself. Rename yourself with your name. After 5 minutes, I'm not going to allow you to do that anymore. Anyone with not his name, I'm going to remove him from the chat. So rename yourself with a suitable name for you, with your name, Yani. Now let's start with the lesson till you do that. Amir, we're not going to take it right now. We're going to take it at the end of the lesson. And I might even take the absent at the middle of the lesson. Now let's start with our lesson. All of you, the ones that they are just entering, Muhammad Mansour, close the video and mute yourself. Okay, now Omar Zaidan, the same. Everyone who's just entering, rename yourself and close the video and mute yourself. Okay, I'm going to start right now with the lesson. Last time we stopped at, we're done with finding the area. Can you all see the screen in front of you?
Yes.
Is there anyone who can't see it? Mute yourself, Messi, please. I already mute you.
I can hear it.
You can what?
I can see it.
Right now, can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Omar Khaldoon, mute yourself, please. Okay. So last time we stopped right here. We said that we're going to start talking about two things in this lesson. The first one is the area, and the second thing is the perimeter. In the area, we split the lesson into 3 parts. Level 1 was just introduction by actually counting a number of squares. Level 2 was actually using the rule, which says that the area of the rectangle is length by width, so I do multiply them. Level 3 was finding the missing number. I will give you the perimeter and I will ask you to find one of the missing sides, whether the length or the width. It doesn't matter which one of them because they are actually names. What you need to do is to do it backward, which means you're going to divide the area by the number that you know it, by the side that you know it. Right now, we're going to start with the perimeter. In the perimeter, we do also have two parts. The first one, directly find the perimeter. The second part is also to go backward. But going backward this time will not be as easy as the area. So I need your full attention when I reach this level. The one that he's naming himself, 1, 2, 3, change your name right now. The one with the name 1, 2, 3, change your name right now, or I'm going to remove you. And after I'm removing you, you're not going to be able to go back the way that you did last time. I'm going to lock the room. So 1, 2, 3, rename yourself with your name. I'm checking the names. Still now only 1, 2, 3, he didn't rename himself. Okay. There is a name that is also not clear. Windows 10. W, rename yourself. What's your actual name? Rename yourself. Or I'm going to remove you. I'm giving you time till I'm done with the second slide. After that, I will go back to check. Windows 10 and 1, 2, 3. Mute yourself, miss. Mute yourself.
I mute myself.
Okay, thank you. I have two participants with the same name, 1, 2, 3. Not only one. Windows 10, the same goes for you. Change your name. Okay, now let's start. So, the first thing that we said it, how to find the perimeter. Last time I just gave you an introduction about it, and I said that the perimeter of a shape is the total distance around the outside of the shape. What do I mean by the total distance? If I have a random shape, the first thing, the shape should be closed, like this one, okay? And the size should be known for you. Or he's giving you hints to find the missing sides. We're going to talk about that later on. For right now, I do have a closed shape like this in front of me, and I want to find the perimeter. What should I do in this case? I need to locate what are the sides that I'm looking at them. The first one is the 7 meter. The second one is the 5 meter. The third one is the 25 meter. The fourth one is the 15 meter. The last one is the 10 meter. Right now, because he mentioned the word the total distance, the word total, what does it mean? It means that you should add. So that means I'm going to add all of the sides. So let's start adding them. Right now, pick the easiest one to be added. For right now, I'm going to start with the 5. 5 plus 5 plus 5. This is 15. 15 now plus 7. This is a 22. So 2 and 2 in the hand. Now continue adding. 2 plus 2, 4. 5, 6. So what's the perimeter of this shape? 62 meters. And in this case, I'm done. So this is the perimeter. The perimeter is the sum of the sides. I'm going to check again your names, then I'm going to remove anyone who didn't change his name. Okay, good. iPhone, change your name. iPhone and Windows 10, you still didn't change your name. Windows 10, you didn't change your name, and iPhone. This is the second warning. In the third warning, I'm going to remove you. Windows 10 and iPhone. If you don't know how to rename yourself, click on the word Manage Participants. Then once it's open a box for you on your name, put the mouse on your name and click on the word More. You're going to find the word Rename. Click on it and write the suitable name. Your name, which means. So if you still don't know Windows 10 and iPhone. Now let's move to the next slide. How do I actually find a perimeter when I'm not talking about a random shape, when I'm talking actually about a rectangle or about a square? I'm going to start with the rectangle. Once I'm done, I'm going to start with the square. Now, how do I actually find the perimeter for a rectangle? Before I find the rule, I need to find actually the length of the sides because I have no idea what they are. So how can I do that? I'm going to start counting 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is how much? 4. Now here I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is what? 5. Once I know these two together, I will start adding the names. But right now, if this one is 4, this side, all of it is 4, doesn't that mean that the opposite side will also be 4? Let's look here. If this one is 4, doesn't that mean that the opposite will be 4? Because this is at the end a rectangle. If this is 5, doesn't that mean that the opposite one for it will also be 5? Because this is a rectangle. That's what I mean by the sides are not all written in front of you. You need to know what are the other sides by using the properties that you know them about the shape. So if this one is 4, this one will also be 4. If this one is 5, this will also be 5. Now, if you want to find the perimeter, you're going to say the perimeter equals, I'm going to add all of the sides, 4 plus 4, because I have 2 4s, plus 5, plus another 5. So isn't that like I'm multiplying the 4 by 2 here? So 4 plus 4 is 8, or 4 times 2 is 8. Isn't that as the way that I'm just multiplying the 5 by 2? So 5 plus 5 is 10, or 5 times 2 is 10. Now add them together, the answer will be 18. So in other words, if you're talking about the perimeter of a rectangle, not about any other shape, you don't have to write all the missing side. You just need these two, the length and the width. And just take the length and multiply it by 2, and then the width, multiply it by 2, and add them together. So the perimeter for a rectangle, the rule is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Why? Because I have 2 lengths, I should add them, and I have 2 widths, I should add them. Okay? Now, the ones that they didn't rename themselves, I'm going to remove them from the session. And right now, I'm not going to allow you to rename yourself anymore. Windows 10, till now you didn't rename yourself. Rename it right now. Windows 10 miss. Window. Okay, تمام. Now you cannot rename yourself anymore. Okay, let's move to the next slide. So 2 times the length plus 2 times the width, as we mentioned. Now for this one, I want to find the length and I want to find the width. Raise your hand, please. Who can tell me what's the length here? Only the length. Let's start with Masa. Masa, what's the length?
7.
The length is 7. So here the length is 7. Now, next one. Amir, what's the width?
4.
4. Now, what's the rule?
Now 7 times 4, 28.
Uh-huh.
8
Times
equal-
4. You do not multiply by 4. This is the area.
The opposite side will be 4,
Okay.
and the opposite side of the 7 will be 7.
Okay, so what's the perimeter right now?
The length times 2, 7 times 2, which is 14.
Uh-huh.
And the width times 2, which is 4 times 2, 8.
8.
Add
Now I'm going to
together.
add them. So what's the answer?
22.
22 units. Did I give you the units so that you can write the units?
No.
So I'm just going to write the word unit. If I give you the unit, then you should write the unit. Okay, let's move to the next example. What if they didn't give it to you like this? They just give you an empty square an empty rectangle from the inside. In this case, they should give you the length by themselves. They're not going to tell you to count them by yourself. So as Amir mentioned, it will be 22 units. If I'm looking at this one here, the rectangle that is written here, drawn here, they didn't split it inside. They just told you from the beginning that the length is 13 and the width is 10. Now they are asking you to find the perimeter. Who can use the rule? Let's look here. Jad. يلا يا جاد. What will you do? The perimeter equals.
perimeter equal 10 الأوبوزيت تبعتها 10 متر. 15 opposite تبعتها 13.
Okay.
13 times 2 10 times 2 10 times 2 equal 20. 13 times 2 equal 26.
So what's all of them together?
46 meter.
Excellent job. 46 meter because they gave me the unit. Let's move to the fourth example. If I have it like this. As we mentioned, it will be 46. Let's look at this one. Now, Ryan, how will you find the perimeter?
9 times 2 is 18. 7 times 2 is 14. 14 times 18 is
No,
30.
you do not multiply.
14 plus 18 is 32.
32. And what's the unit?
Centimeter.
Centimeter. And all of you, you should keep in your mind that I'm always having them what? The same units. You're not allowed to do anything if they are different units. Okay? Now, let's move to the next one. So 2 times the length, 2 times the width, 2 times 7, 2 times 9, then we add them up. Now, if it's a square, what do you know about the square? Who can tell me? Ibrahim, what do you know about the square?
Is that all the sides are equal?
Excellent. So if the first, do I have to give you all of the sides, by the way?
No, just one.
One of them. So if you want to find the perimeter in this case, what will you do?
The number times 4.
Excellent job. So here you don't need even to follow this rule. Only if it's a square, you do know that all of them are actually 9. So you just need to say 4 times 9. So what's the answer, Ibrahim?
36.
Excellent job. And the unit will be what?
Meter.
Excellent. Now, so one more time, in the square, I don't even need to follow this rule because I do know that the length and the width are all the same, and actually all the sides are the same. So I just have to multiply the length or the given side by how much? By 4. Why is it 4? Because I have 4 identical sides, okay? Now, before I move to the next level, do you have any question? The ones that they raise their hand, I'm going to lower them now for all of you so that you can ask your question. Just give me a minute till I lower all of the hands. Okay, now if you have a question, raise your hand. Okay, let's hear Jad. What's your question, يا جاد؟
teacher لو كانوا اليونتس مثلا ريكتانجل كانوا يونتس غير بعض، يعني مثلا كانت 9 سنتيمتر والثانية 7 أو 12 متر.
You're not allowed to do anything unless you make them the same unit, the same we did in the previous section. So you either change both of them into meter or both of them into centimeter. You do whatever is suitable for you. Or sometimes what the question is asking. Yani right now, you're going to see that there are some questions they ask you to find the answer in millimeter in part A, and in part B, they ask you to find it in centimeter. So you need to change one time both of them into centi, the other time both of them into milli, depending on the question. If the question didn't require, it's totally up to you. Is it clear now?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now, Wasfa, what's your question?
Teacher, I didn't understand the last one.
The square?
Yeah, no, why don't we add them directly without multiplying?
Why what?
Why don't we multiply them without add them without multiplying?
You can add them 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9, but which is faster? 9 plus 9 plus 9 4 times or 9 times 4?
9 times 4.
Okay, so that's why we did it. And by the way, Wasfa, we're going to need this rule in order to find the missing side. You're going to know what I mean later on when I start with the next level. Okay? So you need to know the rule that I'm following it.
Okay.
Now, Laif, 1, 2, 3, till now you didn't rename yourself. Okay, miss, I'm sorry, I'm going to remove you. I gave you more than one chance for doing that. Now, let's go to the next level. If they gave you the following here, and now I need your full attention. Look at this question. He told you that the perimeter is actually 30, and one of the side is 9. He wants you to find the other side. In this type of a question, the first step before even writing the rule is to draw a sketch for the rectangle. Did you hear me out? Before you even write the rule in front of you, you need to draw a sketch for the rectangle. You all know how to draw a rectangle. If it's not drawn in front of you, and in all of the cases it will not be drawn, draw a sketch for the rectangle and write the information on it. So if this side is 9, you do know these signs, what do they mean? That means this one will also be 9. And these two sides will be equal. Now I will start finding the side. What will I do? The first step, I will be writing the rule in front of me. So perimeter equals 2 times the length. I'm doing it as the way that you're going to do it. 2 times the length plus the ones that they are raising your hand. Please put them down till I'm done. Once I'm done, I will listen to your question. Plus 2 times the width. Riyadh, put your hand down. Once I'm done, I will let you ask your question. Now, start filling the information. What is the perimeter right now? What did he told you? It is 30 centimeters. So you're going to write here 30. Equals. I will pick the length to be the 9. Okay? So I'm going to say 2 times 9. Plus 2 times a missing number, and I have no idea what is it. So I'm going to keep it inside the box. Most of you can do this one mentally. So you're going to say 30 equals 18 plus something. How can I find this missing number? What should I do? Shouldn't I go backward? And going backward means that the missing number will actually be 30 minus 18, which is going to give you 12. But are you done? I need to hear your answers. Am I done? Who can answer? Laith, did you finish?
Miss,
Yes, Laith.
We still.
Yes, what should I do next? What should I do with the 12?
You check if it's the correct answer.
Is it the correct answer, Laith? Is it? Did I finish?
Yes.
I don't think so. The 12 is actually 2 times the width. So what's your width?
You divide 12 by 2.
Excellent. So the last step will be dividing the 12 by what? By 2, because
By 2.
this is not my width. This is the double of the width. So dividing it by 2, it will give me what? 6.
6.
This is your width. If you want, just write them down and double check by adding them all. Will it actually give you 30?
Yes.
6 plus 6 is 12. Add 9 plus 9 is 18. When I add them, the answer is 12. Do you have a question, Laith?
Yeah.
What is it?
The last time the homework, I got 0 out of 25, but
Because
all
of
of
the
the
units.
questions were correct.
Yeah, because of the units, Laith. The unit, you didn't write them correctly. The way that it take it in Google. So that's why. But if your numbers are matching, that means you do understand the lesson. It's totally fine. Okay, so don't worry about it.
Miss, I checked the answers. It was the exact same as my answers. But after the number, I didn't put a space after and then the unit.
Yes, that's why he didn't take your answer as a correct one. Because if you add an extra space or remove an extra space, he will consider it to be wrong. At the end, it's a computer who's checking. So I just want you to look at your numbers. Do they match? If yes, that means you understand the lesson. If no, that means you should solve it again. But since you're saying all of your numbers are the same, that means you do get the lesson. So it's totally fine. Okay? Now let's move to the next one. I'm going to lower your hand, Yalaith. Ghadir, what's your question?
Please, no, I don't have a question.
Okay, right now I'm going to put your hands down for all of you. Once I'm done putting them down, you can raise them again if you have a question. Miss, mute yourself, please. Now, if you have a question, raise your hand. Okay, let's start with Masa. What's your
Teacher, I have two questions. In the homework, are you going to check it just in case?
Miss, I'm going to check whether you did it or not, and I'm going to check your mistakes. If your mistakes was regarding the units, I'm not going to consider the mark that is written. If it was regarding the numbers, yes, I will consider it. I will take, I'm going to ask you to repeat the homework. Did I answer your question now, Yamasa? Now let's go to Ragad. What's your question, ya Ragad?
divide the 12 by 2.
Good. Why did I divide the 12? Because the 12 is actually 2 times the width. You're actually adding 2 identical numbers to get the 12. Because in the rectangle, I have 2 widths and I have 2 lengths. So I'm going to add 9 plus 9, that's 18. But what plus itself give you 12? So you should divide by 2, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Now let's move to the next. Do you have another question? Let's move to the next slide. So the missing number is actually 12 centimeter. If I have this one, remember the first step is sketch a rectangle in front of you to make things easier and to write the information in front of you. So if the first one here, the width or the length, it's totally up to you how to name it. This is 7, this will be 7. Let's start solving it. Ahmad Nasser, why don't you try it? وين راح اختفى أحمد؟ Okay, let's start with Zaid Juma. يلا يا زيد. You can speak. What should I do, ya Zaid, the first step?
Teacher, 7 plus 7.
Before that, I need to write the rule, which is written, and now start filling the information. What's the perimeter?
2 multiplied by the length.
1 minute. What's the perimeter? What did he give you? The perimeter is equal to what? 56. So you should write under the perimeter 56 centimeter. Equal. Now, what is 2 times the length?
2 times 7.
Which is?
Which is 14.
14, excellent. Plus a missing number. How will you find this missing number? What will you do?
56 minus 14.
56 minus 14, and this is going to give you 42. Now what will you do? Is
42.
That it? Did you finish?
No.
What will I do the next step?
42 divided by 2.
Excellent. So the width is 42 divided by 2. And the answer will be what?
21.
Excellent job. 21 what?
Centimeter.
Centimeter. Thank you very much. Before we move to the next one, any question regarding that? I will lower all of your hands. After I'm done lowering them, you can raise it again. Do not raise it right now, miss. Do not raise it till I finish lowering them for all of the students. Okay, now raise it if you have a question. Yes, يا معروف. Yes,
Miss,
معروف.
aren't we meant to sketch the aren't we meant to sketch the rectangle first?
Yes, you should sketch it, but I did this part.
Oh, okay.
Okay, if I didn't, you should sketch it in front of you to make things easier. And to remember the last step, because most of the students, معروف, they forget about the last step. They just subtract and that's it, they are done. But if it's drawn in front of you, you're going to notice that the 42 is for two identical sides, this one and this one. So you will remember that I should divide by 2, okay? Because you want to check your answer. Now let's move to Masa. What's your question, ya Masa?
Teacher, can you repeat, please?
One more time, Masa. The first step is to sketch the rectangle in front of you, which is a drawing. Is that clear, this step?
Yes.
The second step is to write the information using the rule. You should write the rule in front of you, which is the perimeter equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Now start filling the information. What do you know? Let me erase everything. What's the first thing that you know? The perimeter is actually equal what? What did it give you? So you start filling 56 equals 2 times the length. The length is 7. So 2 times 7 is what?
14.
Plus 2 times the width. Do you have any idea about the width?
No.
So this will be missing. Now how can you find the missing number? It's an addition. What's the inverse of adding or the opposite of adding?
Subtract.
So subtract. So the missing number will be 56 minus 14, which is going to give you 42. Is that it, ya Masa?
No.
What will you do the last step?
Divide by 2.
Divide by 2. If you can't do it mentally, then do long division. So the width is 42 divided by 2, which is 21. Is that clear?
Yes, thank you.
Welcome. It's not only one step as we did in the area. It's more than one step. Mira, what's your question?
I don't have a question.
Okay, thank you, Mira, then. Let's move to the next example. Before I move, Jude, do you have a question? Julie, do you have a question or you just forget about it? Julie, what's your question? Julie, you can speak now. What's your question?
I just wanted to answer.
Okay, thank you, Julie. We don't have a question to answer it right now. Let's move to the next part and I will let you answer. Keep it up. Do not put it down. Okay, let's move to the next slide. We're done with this. This one, yeah, Julie. What should you do? The first step.
8 times 2, which is going to be 16.
1 minute, 1 minute. The first step, you sketch it, which is drawn in front of you.
Yes.
The second step, you start filling the information in the rule, which means you should write the rule, but it's written. So what's the perimeter right now, yeah, Julie? What did he give you?
8. 21 meters.
21 meters. So I'm going to put 21 equals. Now start doing what you did. 2 times the length, which means?
2 times 8.
Which is?
16.
16 plus, do you have any idea about the width?
No.
No. Now what will you do the next step?
Minus 21.
1 minus?
21 and 16.
So the answer will be?
5.
5. Now, did you finish?
No.
What will I do with the 5?
Divided by 2.
5 divided by 2. And 5 divided by 2 is what?
2.5.
2.5 meter. Excellent job. So am I allowed to have decimal number?
Yes.
Yes, thank you very much. Now, do you have any question? I'm going to lower your hand, all of you. Do not raise it. Now, if you have a question, raise your hand. Do you have any question? Okay, Amir.
Teacher, I have a question not about the lesson, but is there going to be a homework today?
Yes, regarding this part.
Yes.
And it's due tomorrow.
Okay.
Now, any question? Okay, now let's move to the next example. Yes, yeah, Muhammad, before I move to the next example. Muhammad, do you have a question?
I just want to answer.
Okay, you're going to answer right now. And we're done with this. Okay, Muhammad, this is a question now. You have right now in front of you a square or a rectangle?
A square.
Excellent. So will you use the rule 2 times the length plus 2 times the width?
No.
Which rule you're going to use?
I'm gonna divide 28 by 4.
Excellent, which means you're going to use the rule 4 times the length. And as he mentioned, because this one is 28, what's the answer going to be, Muhammad?
7.
Excellent job. Thank you very much. So as Muhammad mentioned, that because this is a square, not a rectangle, all of the sides will be equal. So what will you actually do? The rule is the perimeter equals 4 times the length. Start filling the information. Perimeter is 28. Length, I don't know what is it. I need to go backwards. So the length, the missing number, will be 28 divided by 4, which, as he mentioned, 7 meter. Yes, ya Mu'taz. Let's start hearing your question, but I'm going to lower all of your hands. Do not raise it right now. Now you can raise your hand. Do you have a question? Anyone? Okay, Mu'taz. وين رحت؟ Yes, Mu'taz.
Can I answer the next question?
What?
Can I answer the next question?
What do you mean can I answer it direct the question?
Can I answer?
Oh, okay, you want to answer. You don't have a question.
I want to answer.
Okay, talk 1 minute, Miss. Well, let's move to the next example first. I didn't say raise your hand if you have a question, if you don't have a question. Now, so 4 times the length. So this one. Okay, Mu'taz, you can answer. Where is Mu'taz? وين راح معتز? Okay, let's move to Jude. Jude, you can answer right now.
Okay.
Mu'taz, you're the next one you're going to solve. Yes, Jude, what will I do?
Perimeter, you first try the rule. Perimeter equals
this is
4 times the number.
4 times the number, 4 times the length. Excellent. Now, perimeter is what?
Is 2.
2 equals?
2 equals
4
times the length.
Okay,
So
now
you
what will you do? You don't subtract. What's the opposite of multiplying?
Dividing. You divide 4 divided by 2 equals 2.
No, you divide the answer, the perimeter, by 4. So 2 divided by 4. And if you don't know how to do this long division, the 2 will be inside and the 4 will be outside. How many 4 are there in 2? They're actually nothing.
0.5.
So decimal and 0. A decimal will go up. Now you ask yourself again, how many 4 are there in 20? You're going to say 5. 5 times 4 is 20. So the answer is what?
0.5.
5. How do you double check your answer? Just add half plus half.
Half times 4.
Plus half. You're going to have it what? 2. Because half plus half, these together, they are actually 1. With these together, they are actually 1. So 1 plus 1 is what? 2.
2.
Thank you. Now I'm going to lower your hand. ما حدا يرفع ايده عشان يجاوب السؤال اللي بعده. اللي بده يرفع ايده هلا إذا عنده سؤال. Do you have a question? One more time. Do you have a question? Let me move to the next slide. Then you can, if I have a next slide. Because if we're done with this lesson. I'm going now to start with the mock. Okay? To solve the mock exam with you. Yes, Sundus, before I move to the mock. What's your question?
Teacher, the slide is too big.
So?
I can't
do anything with it.
How do I make it small?
Zoom.
Okay.
Zoom it in or zoom out. Okay?
Okay.
Now, before I move to the mock exam, Wasfa, what's your question?
Is the mock exam you sent us required?
Again, what's your question, yeah, miss?
Is the mock exam you sent us marked?
Yes, it's for the third assessment. Not for the second. It's for the third assessment.
Okay.
Now, let's just go to the mock exam. I'm going to stop sharing now to open for you the mock. Guys, if we didn't finish today the mock exam, we're actually not going to finish it. We're going to have another session, a live session at 5. Do you all hear me out? And I'm going to send you the link also via eSchool. So we have another meeting at 5 to open the mock, to continue solving the mock exam. Because we're not going to be able to finish it today. Okay, now I'm going to share it with you. Here is the mock exam. Now, in this exam, the first thing that you need to write is your name. The second thing that you need to write it is your section. So, my name. Or some of you, when they are submitting their homeworks, they're just writing random names. Miss, the total point of the homework or the idea of the homework is that you actually try to see whether you do understand the lesson or not. But if you want to write just random answer, that's up to you. In this question, here is the timetable of a morning of sport activities. What is happening at 10:15? When he's asking you this, what is happening at 10:15? You need to look here at the times. The first one is swimming at 8:45, tennis at 9:30. It ends at 10:45. So from 9:30 till 10:45, I was doing what? Tennis. So the correct answer should be here, tennis. Now, let's move to the next one. Hassan, here are 4 units length. Centimeter, kilometer, meter. You need to choose the most suitable unit.
The length of a swimming pool, meter.
So let me just go down. So the length of a swimming pool is meter. Now, the distance between 2 towns?
Kilometer.
Kilometer. The length of a newborn baby? Centimeter. The newborn baby will not be in milli. The length of the newborn baby? Hassan?
Millimeter. Millimeter.
And we're done. Now, next one. اللي بيجاوب ما يرفع ايده خلي فرصة للباقيين. حسن نزل ايدك. هلا جاد. جاد, the next question.
مش لا عندي question. هلا ايش اللايف سيشن امتى اليوم؟
اليوم على الساعة 5. ببعث لكم اللينك فالكل يكون جاهز. عندكم إشي على 5 اليوم؟
ما بعرف.
بغض النظر اللي مو حابب يحضرها هو حر.
لا ما عندي شيء.
اللي مو حابب يحضر هو حر. It's not a must. بس there will be a live session at 5 for solving the mock exam. Okay? Now.
عاد جاوبت هلا؟
يلا. These are the nets for 3D shapes. Join them. The cuboid is which one of them? Which net?
Cuboid C.
C. How do I know? What do you know about the cuboid?
Have إنه هو rectangle أو rectangle وال sides square.
Sides they could be squares or rectangle. It doesn't matter. Okay, but it will not be a triangle or a hexagon or a pentagon. Now next one, square base pyramid. Which one of them will be?
Square B.
B. D because it's a square paste. The square, I need to look at a square. And pyramid, the other side should be triangles. So the correct answer will be D. Hexagonal prism. What do you know about the prism?
Hexagonal.
The base should be what?
Prism A.
Hexagon, or the other side should be rectangle. Tetrahedron. This is the other name for what?
Triangular based pyramid.
Excellent. So it will be what?
B.
B. Thank you very much. Now, next one. Now, Sama. Here are some digit cards. You need to use 2 of them, yes, Sama. The first one should be a 2-digit number. The second one should be a single digit. And the answer should be 240. What would you say?
40 times 6.
40 times 6. And you can also say 60 times
4.
Excellent. So you have 2 answers. Either 40 times 6 or 6 times or 60 times 4. Thank you very much. And next one. Mu'taz. Here is a number sequence. If you're going forward, you'll keep adding what, ya Mu'taz?
9.
9. So if I want to find A, I need to go what?
3 minus 9 equal negative 6.
Excellent job. And next one, B, do it also because it's the same question.
30 plus 9 equals 39.
Thank you very much. Now, next question. By the way, if we're done, we're not going to have the session. Yalla ya Jude, next one. Here is a number line. Okay, I want you to figure out the missing number. What is it?
505.
505. How did you know it's 505? You're counting
because each time we add 100, but it is between the two.
We add 10. 1 minute.
I mean
10.
I mean 10.
And the number line is exactly where?
Between the between 2 numbers, so it will be the half of the 10. It will
Excellent.
be 5.
Yeah, it's between 500 and 510. So the middle is 505. Thank you very much. Now, next one, Julie. Lily has some cards. This is the fact family. You took it in grade 2, and in grade 3, and in grade 4. So if you have 4 members in the fact family. The 2 members multiplying, 2 members division. So Julie, which one of them will be the correct answer? Yes, Julie.
Can I see?
C, excellent, because the first member 4 times 6, they wrote it. The second member will be 6 times 4 equals 24. Then you start taking the answer. 24 divided by the first number or by the second number will give you the first. 25 divided by the second will give you divided by the first will give you the second. So 4 times 6, 6 times 4, 24 divided by 4, 24 divided by 6. Thank you very much, ya Julie. And next one now. Ibrahim.
Yes.
Now, Rajiv has 84 marbles. Mantish has 68. Rajiv gives some of his marbles to Manjit so that each one of them have the same. How many marble did he give?
8.
8. How did you know it's 8?
Because if you minus from Rajiv 8, he will have 76, and add to Manjit 8, you will have 76.
Excellent job. Or if you don't want to do it in this way, you can actually subtract 64 divided by 64 minus 68. It will give you 16.
And divide it by 2.
Then divide it by 2. Yes, thank you very much. Now let's move to the next one. Mike says, I'm thinking of a 4-digit number. The 100th digit is 2. Now let's start with Masa, okay? The 100th digit is 2.
Can I do the next one?
Okay, yeah, Masa, do the next one. Now, Hamad Mansour. Oh, let me solve this one, but I will use the whiteboard now. Okay? The 100th digit is 2. The 100th digit is double the unit digit. So just let me put the whiteboard. Okay? Keep the question in your mind because I need to write now. Okay, now here is the whiteboard. Let's start writing the question. He's telling you that the 100th digit is actually what? 2. So I have 4 digits. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 100 is 2, so I'm going to write here 2. Now, the 100th digit is double the units. What does it mean, double the units? So if you divide the 100 by 2, it will give you what? 1. If you multiply the 1 by 2, it will give you what? 2. Now, the second information, the 1000 digit, this one, okay, is 2 more what? The 10th digit. So whatever the 10th, here I'm going to write T, add for it 2, you're going to get what? The 1000. But he told you the last information that if you add all the digits together, you're going to get what? 15. So if I add this plus the 2 plus the 10 plus the 1, I will get 15. So 15 is actually equals 2 plus 1 plus another 2 missing number. I'm going to keep them missing. 2 plus 1 is actually what? 3. So the missing number 15 minus 3 is actually what? Sorry, here equal 12. So these two missing number, this one this one here, and this one here, they should add up to what? This is 1,000, TH. They should add up to what? To 12. Now give me all the numbers that when you add them, the answer is 12. Remember, we used to do this way. Trial and error. 1 plus 11 will give me 12. But is the 11 more than the 1 by 2? The answer is no. Move to the next option. 2 plus 10. It's also 12. But is the 10 more than the 2 by 2? This way, this hint. The answer is also no. To the next option, 3 plus 9. It's also 12. But is the 9 more than the 3 by 2? Still no. Now move to the next option, 4 plus 8. Here it's a no. Is the 8 more than the 4 by 2? The answer is also no. Now the next one, 5 plus 7. 5 plus 7 is actually 12. Is the 7 more than the 5 by 2? It is correct. So the 10 will be 5. Here it will be 5. And this will be what? 7. So the answer is 7,251. Let's go back to the mock. 7,251. Okay. Now I'm going back to Masa. Yalla ya Masa, the next one. Here is a picture. You need to tell me how much Hassan travels from Alliston to Sherwell. From Alliston to Sherwell to Bradwell. How far does he travel? What will you do?
We add Alliston plus Bradwell.
So 128 plus 49 will give you what? 177.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now next one. Who can? This one I'm going to do it to make it faster. Muhammad Mansour to the next one. Show the position of 4 more than -5. So you're going to add 4 plus -5, which means the answer will be -1. So the one that is showing -1 is actually F. Yalla ya Muhammad. The next one. What's the double of 7.8?
7.8. Wait. Let me do it.
Yeah, 7.8 times 2, which means 15.6. Now, what's the half of 9.6? Half, it means divide by what?
Means divide by 2.
Which means the answer is 4.8. Okay. Now, the next one. Yalla ya Yasmin. Yasmin al-Nazir. Unmute. Okay, Yasmin, I can't unmute you. I will move to the next one. Amir al-Dawood. Yalla ya Amir. I need to write the correct unit. The 4 represent what, ya Amir?
The 400.
The 4 is?
Tenth.
Tenth with TH. The 2?
Hundredth.
The 2 is hundreds, مش hundredth. Hundreds. The 5?
Thousand.
5. 5 ya Amir.
Thousands.
5 is hundreds. It's the second digit after the decimal. So the 5 is hundreds. Okay? Now, the next one, Laith Khawaja. Yalla ya Laith. Oliver has 14 hours. By the way, this is not next day. I'm going in the morning, 5:45. Okay? Now, it takes him 14 hours and 32 minutes. What time will he arrive, ya Khawaja?
But first we have to do a line for the time.
Okay, so what do you mean by doing a line for the time?
Like
shouldn't I add the minute plus the minutes and hours plus the hours?
Yes.
Okay, so 32, let's use the whiteboard now. And here it is. Okay, now let's start writing. What you're going to write?
5:45.
5:45. 5. مش عم تكتب. بطل يكتب مس. احكي لي الانسر. What's the answer going to be?
5:45 plus 32. It does work. 2 plus to each other. So
it doesn't work with me, Miss. So just give me
plus 35.
It will give you 72.
Plus 32 equals.
It will give you 77. Can
yes.
you write 77?
No.
You're going to take 1 hour, so it will be what?
17.
17 minutes. And what about the hours? You're going to put 1 in the
hour.
1 plus
the
4.
hours you add 14 plus 1.
Which is?
Equal 15.
Plus 1.
20.
So it's 20, 17. Or you can say, if you subtract 12 from it, it's 17 p.m. Thank you very much, Khawaja. Now, let's move to the next one. And I think this will be our last question, 15. Okay? Rayan. 3/4 of a number is 24. What is the number?
It's 32.
32. How did you know?
Because if I 3/4 of a number, if I multiply 4 by 24, which equals 96, so I divide 96 by 3, which is 32.
Excellent. So you actually did it backward. You didn't do it forward.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, right now, we're going to stop right here. And right now, all of you, write your name. I'm going 1 minute. Just let me open the chat box for you. And Karim Ibdari, close the camera. All of you start writing your name and your section. Okay? You have, till I finish another 2 questions in the mock, then we're going to end the session for today. And remember, at 5, we're going to continue solving the mock exam. It's not a must to attend. It's totally up to you whether you want to attend or not. Okay, the next question will be, and hurry up while you're writing. I will just solve an extra 2 questions. A number is divisible by 8, and if the last 3 digit is divisible by 8, which one of them you're going to use? Amar Khaldoon. Amar. So which one of them? I'm going to use the second one. Why should I use the second one? Because if I use the first one, that means I'm not using the rule. Amar, which one of them?
Miss, I can't
The second, why?
Read, it's blurred.
Because
Miss, it's blurred. I can't see.
It's black.
Blurred. The on my computer, the numbers are blurred. I can't see them.
Okay, miss, it's the second one. خلاص, thank you, miss. Let's move to the last one. Jad, you did answer, so please give a chance for the rest. Rakan. The next question.
Yes, miss.
Yes.
Okay.
A, when I throw a fair cone, it will land on heads. What's the chance here?
Good chance.
Even chance.
Even chance.
Good chance, it means it's more than 50. Even a chance, it means 50-50. Okay. Somebody will have a birthday on the 30th of February.
Certain.
Certain? Do you have 30th of February?
No.
February, it's only 28 days or 29 days. It will never have 30 days. So this is no chance.
No chance.
Okay, I will be older tomorrow. Will you be older tomorrow?
No.
How come? You're not going to be older by one day than today? It's a certain, yes. You will be older. You're getting older each minute, each second, not only each day. So it's a certain that I'm going to get older. Okay, now this is the end of our session. I hope that all of you wrote your name. هلا رح أعمل unmute for all. اللي لسه ما كتب اسمه يحكي لي إنه ما كتب اسمه ويكتبه. Unmute all. طب يلا
I wrote my name. So I'm gonna move.
Okay. Write your names, miss. Continue writing your names. Let's have another question to answer it then. Till you finish writing your names. This one, draw or put a tick on the correct answers that they add up to. واللي كتب اسمه يطلع. هاي في ناس عم تطلع، اللي كتب اسمه يطلع. خلاص I'm not going to solve. كل واحد كتب اسمه يطلع من السيشن. I'm not going to solve anything extra. If you're done, you wrote your name, leave the session, please. Okay, I'm waiting. I'm not going to end the meeting till everyone is out. Okay, we still have a few. If you wrote your name, miss, leave the session. Muhammad Mansour. What do you want, ya Muhammad?
Nothing.
Okay. If you're done, leave the session. Raed, Yara, Muhammad, Amr Zaidan. Did you write your names? Bye, miss. رائد كتبت اسمك؟ يارا. عمر زيدان. If you're done, miss, leave the meeting. هاي رائد خلص. عمر، يارا، محمد. يلا رايا, you can leave, thank you. The last one is محمد. يارا, you can leave حبيبتي. Muhammad, do you have a question? Yes, Muhammad.
يعطيك العافية بس.
الله يعافيك.
يعطيك العافية.
الله يعافيك.
كيف حالك؟ شو أخبارك؟
تمام الحمد لله.
الله يعطيك العافية، أبدعتي عن جد وبارك الله فيك وبجهودك، ما شاء الله عليك.
تسلم تسلم، شكرا أستاذ.
أنا بس ربعت إني عشان إنه يعني بدي أحكي معك، إنه بس بعطيك إشارة إنه يعني ارجعي لي أو نحكي مع بعض. الله يعطيك
خلاص تمام إن شاء الله ولا يهمك.
بالعكس أبدعتي، بس كان عندك الحضور 62 آخر شيء صف 52، في ناس يمكن ما سجلوا أساميهم أو 64.
لا ما تخاف بيكونوا سجلوا بالتشات.
خلص أنا المهم إنه عشان
لا سجل أساميهم.
تعرف عشان إنه إذا في غياب نتواصل مع الأهالي عن طريق السيد محمد.
إن شاء الله ولا يهمك.
يعطيك العافية.
الله يعافيك.
شكرا كثير.
عفوا.
هلا.
باي باي يارا، باي أستاذ.
شكرا.
عفوا.